This one carried her own shadows, but smiled like she could outrun them. They built something fragile. Late talks on rooftops. Promises whispered against skin. He thought, this is it, the anchor. He gave more. Time, money, pieces of himself he didn't know could detach. She took them quietly, not cruelly, just naturally, like breathing. One morning she was gone. No, just empty drawers and the echo of her perfume. He searched, called, begged the silence. Found out later she'd left with someone who didn't ask questions. Someone who didn't grind. Lesson 2. Love isn't a shelter. It's a mirror. It shows you exactly how much you're willing to lose before you break. Rami didn't shatter right away. He numbed. Work became religion. Bottles became communion. Nights blurred. Neon again, but colder. He told himself, survive this. Build back. But survival isn't building. It's waiting for the next hit. Money came easier now. Cynicism pays dividends. He climbed, cut deals, cut people, smiled at bosses while calculating their expiration dates. Friends replaced with contacts. Contacts became tools. Tools get dull. You sharpen new ones. Lesson 3. Success in the dark doesn't feel like victory. It feels like exile. You win alone. You lose alone. The scoreboard doesn't care. He started seeing the cracks everywhere. In mirrors. Eyes that didn't blink back the same. In conversations. Words that tasted like ash. In memories. Every what if a fresh cut. One night, drunk on the balcony, he stared at the city lights. Same lights he'd once chased. They looked smaller, indifferent, and he laughed. The laugh cracked into something else. Lesson 4. The city doesn't remember your name. It swallows generations without chewing. You're just another shadow passing through. Rami kept moving. That's what survivors do. Move. Pretend momentum equals purpose. He switched cities. Same Cairo pulse, just louder lies. New job. Sharper suit. Cleaner shave. Same hollow chest. He told himself the mirror lied less now. Lied to himself more. Nights became currency. He spent them trading favors, stacking wins no one saw. Deals closed in smoke-filled rooms. Hands shaken over glasses that tasted like compromise. He rose. Not high enough to breathe fresh air. Just high enough to see how far the drop really was. One evening, an old contact called. Not a friend. Never was. Just a voice from before the masks. Remember that night on the bridge? Rami did. The one where he almost jumped. Didn't. Chose the long way instead. The call ended with an offer. Easy money, DIR. Thai work. He said yes. Not for greed. For distraction. Anything to drown the quiet. Lesson 5. Distraction isn't escape. It's postponement. The thing you're running from waits patient. It has eternity. You don't. The job went south. Not dramatically. Quietly. A partner vanished with a cut. Police asked questions. Rami answered half-truths. Sleep stopped coming. When it did, dreams replayed every wrong turn. Layla's empty side of the bed. The friend's back as he walked away. The bridge railing cold under palms. He started writing it down. Not poetry. Not therapy. Just lists. What he lost. What he took. What he couldn't return. The lists grew longer. Pages filled with names crossed out. Promises broken. Promises he never meant to keep. One dawn, gray, unforgiving, he burned them. Watched flames eat the paper. Felt nothing. Not relief. Not pain. Just the absence of feeling. Lesson 6. Burning the past doesn't erase it. Smoke lingers. It settles in your lungs. Every breath reminds you what you torched. He tried connection again. Not love. Not hope. Just bodies. Strangers in dim rooms. Faces forgotten by morning. Each encounter left him emptier. Like pouring water in a cracked clay. Runs out faster every time. He looked for meaning in the bottom of bottles. Found only mornings that hurt more. Friends from the old days reach. Ed out. Rare messages. How you holding up? He typed back lies. Short ones. efficient. Truth was too heavy to send. Lesson 7. Lies to others are practice. The real damage is the ones you tell yourself. They become scripture. You worship at their altar until belief kills you. Rami stood on another balcony. Different city view. Same in different lights. He counted the pills in his hand. Not a plan. Just curiosity. How many until the noise stopped? He put them back. Not courage. Not cowardice. Just exhaustion. Too tired even to end it properly. The city kept spinning. Cars honked. Someone laughed below. Life continued without permission. Lesson 8. The world doesn't need your permission to keep going. It doesn't stop for your collapse. It barely notices. Rami stopped counting days. They stopped matching. Mornings came whether he opened his eyes or not. He lay on the same mattress, same stains, staring at ceiling cracks that mapped every wrong turn. The apartment smelled of dust and yesterday's cigarettes. He didn't smoke anymore. Just let the ashtray feel like an accusation. He tried one last thing. Not redemption. Not hope. Routine. Wake. Coffee black. Walk the same streets. Watch people rush like they still believed in destinations. He envied them. Not their lives. Their delusion. One afternoon, he sat on the same bench from years before. Different city corner. Same sodium hum. An old man fed pigeons. Rami watched. The birds fought over crumbs. Took. Flew. Came back for more. Endless. Pointless. He spoke to the old man. First words to a stranger in Aunts. You ever feel like it's already over? The man didn't look up. Just keep throwing crumbs. They come anyway. Rami laughed. Dry. Soundless. Walked away. Lesson 9. Meaning isn't found. It isn't lost. It was never there. We invent it to survive the hours. When the invention fails, the hours remain. That night the pain sharpened. Not dramatic. Not cinematic. Just deeper. Chest tight. Breath shallow. He sat at the small table. Opened the drawer. Old photos. Layla smiling. Friends laughing. Younger Rami staring back like he knew something the older one forgot. He didn't cry. Tears would have been mercy. Mercy left long ago. He wrote one last list. Not regrets. Not losses. Just facts. Woke up today. Still here. Still breathing. Still nothing. Folded the paper. Placed it under the ashtray. Like evidink. E for no O. Any. Lesson 10. No crash. No final words. Just a moment when the next breath doesn't come. The room stays exactly as it was. Your things wait for someone else to throw them away. The city keeps its rhythm. Your name fades from inboxes. Your shadow leaves no mark on the wall. Rami closed his eyes. Not to sleep. Not to die. Just to stop seeing. The wind moved on. A car passed below. Someone laughed in the distance. Life continued. Indifferent. Efficient. That's it. Thread snapped. Weight settled. No moral. No lesson that heals. Only the ones that scar. Rami's story ends here. Yours keeps going. For now. It's done. Rami is gone. Not dramatically. Not with fireworks or final speeches. Just absent. The key still in the lock. The coffee cup half full on the table. The list folded under the ashtray, waiting for no one to read it. The city didn't notice. Why would it? It has swallowed bigger stories. Older ones. Louder ones. Yours will be next. Mine too eventually. No one comes to collect the pieces. No one writes the obituary that matters. Social media goes quiet for a week, maybe two. Then the algorithm moves on. Photos stay up until someone remembers to take them down. Or doesn't. The bench under the sodium light waits for the next person to sit and stare. The pigeons still come for crumbs. The old man might still be there. Or maybe he's gone too. Doesn't change the routine. There is no lesson here that saves you. No twist that makes the pain noble. No voice from above saying it gets better. It doesn't. It just changes shape. Sometimes sharper. Sometimes duller. Always heavier. What remains is the knowing. Every thread you hold will snap. Every weight you carry will settle. Every name you answered will fade from mouths. And the room will stay exactly as you left it. waiting for the next tenant who thinks they're different. So keep walking if you can, or sit, or lie down. Doesn't matter. The ending ride has itself either way. Thank you for listening. Not because it helps. The end.